Hi, so I did my field trip option for the professional experiences assignment. Did the field trip one. So my second graders, we took a field trip to the Normal Fire Department, Jimmy John's, and McDonald's. And we went there because they've been talking about communities in class. And we've been doing little group projects on communities and having students' parents come in and talk about their jobs in the community and how it's important. And as also was like having other guest speakers like police officers, like the water treatment center, and a couple other people who came in to talk about their jobs in the community. So for this field trip, we did it on March 20th. So what they did is they walked to the Normal Fire Department. So at the fire department, they just talked to a bunch of the firefighters who were there. So this picture on the left shows them when we first got in. They talked to the one of the chiefs there, and then he took us up these stairs, and he kind of showed us that this thing at the top in the middle of the stairs, there's like a little yellow band around it. They actually use that to hang the fire hoses when they have just gotten back from a call, and that's where they hang them to dry. And then the right picture is a picture of what the dorm there would look like, and that's where the firefighters sleep. Since they're on a 24-hour shift, they come in at 8 a.m. and then they don't leave till 8 a.m. the next day. So this next slide just shows what the kitchen looks like. So the students got to tour the kitchen upstairs. So they each have their own fridges. Each shift has their own fridge, and then there's tables, and they can cook their own meals there. There's also a family room upstairs and a gym upstairs. So firefighters' family can come visit them during the evening. This middle picture is actually a video, so it just shows a firefighter coming down a fire pole. The students loved this. The fire pole is actually in the kitchen, so the students were able to see what the top of it looked like, and then they got to see someone coming down it. The picture on the right is a picture of some medals that they have received from helping out with the Special Olympics here in Normal. And then this next slide just shows what the inside of a fire truck looks like. So the students got to see all the tools that they use. They were able to see what the inside driver's seat and passenger seat looks like. They were able to view the inside of an ambulance right before we left. The ambulance came back, so they were really excited about seeing that. And they were also able to see what a firefighter looks like when they're dressed in their full gear, and the safety precautions that they have to take before they go, when they're going out on a call. This next slide is just a picture of the students at Jimmy John's and McDonald's. I blurred out their faces for confidentiality reasons. So the first picture here on the left is them at Jimmy John's. So they were able to talk to one of the managers at Jimmy John's to learn more about the type of stuff that you do at Jimmy John's, the jobs there. He talked about how they do a lot of fundraisers for different schools and clubs and stuff, as well as ISU. They play a big role in fundraisers with ISU. So he just kind of talked about, the background of Jimmy John's and how it started, and then things that they do in the community. McDonald's, they didn't really talk to us. They just kind of gave us ice cream. So I feel like that was a weakness in this field trip, or an area to improve. I wish they could have came in and talked to us about their jobs and roles in the community, rather than just giving us ice cream and letting us kind of be. I think the strength of this field trip was definitely the fire station. The students learned a lot about it. Some of them even said that they wanted to be firefighters when they grew up. So I felt like just learning about what a firefighter does and why it's important was really good for them to learn. And then in my future classroom, I would like to definitely implement something like this with communities. I would like to get the parents involved, since the parents weren't really involved in this field trip. I feel like parent involvement is a really big thing. And I also want to keep things as similar as possible, like we learned in our field trip module, bringing a cool-off kit and a first aid kit, because you just want to keep the schedule as similar as possible for those students who really need that strict schedule. So those are some things that I've learned with the skill chart.